After countless requests, today we're finally doing an updated Ghostbusters room tour. Hey everybody, Jason here of GhostbustersNews.com, and as always, Ghostbusters News right here on YouTube. And before we get into today's video, which is a huge video, I want to send a huge thank you to everybody out there who's checked out our videos for this year's Ghostbusters News Halloween Countdown. We're in November now, so the Halloween Countdown is now finished. It's over, but I want to thank everybody out there for your support, for your views, for your likes, for your comments. It certainly means a lot, so once again, thank you. Now, while we were releasing those Ghostbusters News Halloween Countdown videos, I noticed kind of a similar trend in the comment section, and that was people asking, nay, demanding for a room tour of the Ghostbusters News recording room here. And today, I'm happily going to oblige with that room tour. So we're going to take a look at all the stuff that makes up the background noise in these videos. So let's not waste any time. Let me get out of frame here, and let's focus in on these amazing Ghostbusters toys and collectibles. So on the wall here, just to the left of all the display cabinets, we have got Vigo the Carpathian here. This is near accurate sizing to what we saw in the film. It's a little smaller, a little scaled down, but I love having old Vigo on the wall as I cut a video, as I cut a review. Heading down here, we've got a Slimer candy bowl that I got last year for Halloween, and as well, we have got this frame certificate certifying Ghostbusters News as an official franchise from Ghost Corps. It's of course signed by Ivan Reitman there. Also, keen observers may have noticed the Real Ghostbusters Complete Collection DVD box set. Now, this was the Time Life release that came out a couple years ago. Really hard to track down. As well, on the left-hand side here, we have got a Firehouse headquarters from Kenner. I'm currently in the process of refurbishing, and one of my Proton Packs. Now let's go ahead and dive into our first display cabinet here, and this one is full of some great Ghostbuster items from Mattel. Let's first take a look at the 1/18 Scale Ecto-1. This came out a number of years ago. I love it. It's one of the best renditions of the Ecto-1 I think we ever saw, and this was part of the, I think it was the Hot Wheels Elite series, if I'm not mistaken. From there, we also have the Matty Collector PK meter, which has kind of skyrocketed in price over the years. And then from there, we have got the 12-inch Ghostbusters line from Mattel. And I know there has been more detailed Ghostbuster figures in this scale, if not a little bit larger, released over the years. But there's something about these figures. I really feel like the Mattel 12-inch line really re-kickstarted my my love affair with Ghostbusters collecting, so this collection, this series holds a special place in my heart. Now, moving down the display cabinet, as well as also moving down in scale from 12-inch down to 6-inch, we have got the Ghostbusters line, once again from Mattel, and this was sold via MattyCollector.com, at least for the most part, and I dug this line when it first came out. I know there were some misses, like this Dana Barrett figure wasn't really that good at all, but there were some surefire, just amazing figures. I love this Louis Tully. Fight me on this, but this rookie figure I adore. I know Mattel cheaped out. They didn't give him all of his video game upgrades, but there's something about it I just really love. Now, this shelf is dedicated to pretty much all the original Ghostbuster figures. Later in the video, we're going to be taking a look at some of the Ghostbusters 2 figures in this line. Did somebody say crossover? Because this shelf has quite a few of them. We're talking Transformers, we're talking Ninja Turtles, but let's first take a look at some of the smaller figures down at the front there. From China, I bought them off eBay. I'm pretty sure they were supposed to be keychains, but the ones I got, they don't actually have the chains in them. Also, we've got figures there at the front there from the Loyal Subjects, the Janine, the Ray, and the Winston. As well, once again, we've got Ninja Turtle Ghostbusters crossover figures. I really dug these when they first came out. I especially loved the Winston Zedmore figure there, the Raphael. I mean, Raphael with a mustache. What's to hate? And as I've already mentioned, we do have the Transformers Ghostbuster crossover figures, with this one being the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Optimus Prime, and of course we have the Ectotron figure as well. We also do have the Slimer accessories. The one that's kind of see-through came with Ectotron, the one that's painted came with Optimus. Alright, so finishing off our very first display cabinet here, we have got a lot of Ghostbusters stuff happening here. A lot of different licenses, a lot of different companies. Up front here, we have got the Ghostbusters Mini-Mates line right at the very front, the smaller figures there. Behind them, we have got some of the Metals die-cast Ghostbuster figures. Yes, those figures are all made of metal. Behind those, we've got some Ecto-1s, and then we've also got the Fun Edible line with the Jello kind of like Slimer, the Marshmallow Man, and Pizza Venkman. I still love Pizza Venkman. Behind them, we've got more products from Diamond Select Toys. This time, their Ghostbusters Mini-Mates line, both the main 4 Ghostbusters, and then we've got Gozer and the 2 Marshmallow Men. And then in behind them, we've got the crossover I never thought I knew I needed, but I've always wanted. It is the Ghostbusters WWE line with The Rock, John Cena, The Undertaker, Shawn Michaels, and Stone Cold Steve Austin. Taking a look at the second display cabinet, more importantly, taking a look at the second Ghostbusters film, Ghostbusters 2, we've got more items from Mattel. First and foremost, we've got this Hot Wheels 1/18 scale Ecto-1A, and much like their Ecto-1, they did a phenomenal job on this. I love it, I love it, I love it. From there, we're going to be taking a look at the 12-inch line, and this line is very much like what we saw already with the standard Ghostbusters 1 12-inch figures here. The big change-up, obviously, is the different suits. We've got the dark gray Ghostbusters 2 uniforms, as well as also Ray and Winston do now have slime blowers. Now moving on here, we have got more figures from Mattel's Ghostbusters 2 line. This time, they're 6-inch figures. Now the biggest criticism when it came to Mattel's handling of the Ghostbusters license was the fact that they reused so many of the same heads, so many of the same bodies, over and over and over again, as you can see here with these figures. Still though, the Ghostbusters 2 line did have some big wins, namely I love the slime blower figures, and more importantly, the ghosts. Right here, we've got Tony and Nunzio Scaleri, and of course, being it was Ghostbusters 2, they were also joined by Vigo the Carpathian. And speaking of Vigo, they also released this painting, which on the other side does have the 4 Ghostbusters and Baby Oscar. How cool is that? I've also loaded the shelf up full of other Ghostbusters 2 collectibles, including the Ghostbusters 2 trading cards, the noisemakers that released from Hardee's, a Ghostbusters 2 watch I got recently from Fan Mail Friday, and one of the old school Ghostbusters 2 handheld video games. Moving further down, don't hate me, but hey, I like it. It is a shelf dedicated all towards Ghostbusters Answer the Call, better known as Ghostbusters 2016. Up front here, we've got more of those miniature figures I got off of eBay, as well to the left here, we've got a business card for Zoo's Authentic Hong Kong Food, which of course is the restaurant featured in Ghostbusters Answer the Call. We also have the hood ornament that was one of my first ever 3D prints, and then we've also got Mattel's 6-inch Ghostbusters 2016 line. And can I just say how toyetic Holtzman is? I really wish we got more toys of her. Now to the right of the figures, we've got this miniature Proton Pack that was featured in a Ghostbusters theme loot crate, and then behind the figures, we got a bunch of the ghosts that were featured in Ghostbusters Answer the Call, including Mayhem, Rowan, 2 different versions of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, as well you can also see the Pull Tongue Slimer in the back there. Also, we've got some of the headwear, glasses, whatever you want to call it, that Holtzman wore in Ghostbusters Answer the Call. These right here are replicas of the ones she wore. I love that I had these in the collection as well. We've also got this headpiece here, which was just like aviator goggles I bought off of eBay, and then I got like this little magnifying glass, and yeah, I made my own pair of Holtzman goggles. Now to round out this Answer the Call shelf, we've got this Monsters High doll, as well as also some art that was featured in that Ghostbusters themed loot crate, and an advertisement for Ghosts from Our Past, the book from Ghostbusters Answer the Call. Now at the very bottom shelf here of our second display cabinet, we have got more crossovers, and we've also got some bobbleheads. We've got some statues here. First, taking a look at a whole sea of Slimers here. We have Slimers from NECA. We have Slimers from Factory Entertainment. We got a Slimer that came with a version of Ghostbusters, I believe, on Blu-ray a couple. As well, we also do have another NECA and Factory Entertainment Stay Puft. And I've got these bobbleheads, these statues, whatever you want to call them, on a bunch of candles I bought several years ago from horrordecor.com. As well, we also are using the most recently acquired Stay Puft Marshmallow Fluff containers. You will also notice the Ray and Peter bobbleheads from Factory Entertainment, and they come complete with sounds.
Your girlfriend lives in the corner penthouse of Spook Central.
Ah, how cool is that? Up front here, we do have a bunch of the Stranger Things items, both the Todd McFarlane release figures and the Funko Pops, and I really do love the McFarlane releases here, because, I mean, I guess this is kind of like Finn Wolfhard's rookie Ghostbusters figure, right? Now, moving over to our third display cabinet, this is what everybody has come to see, right? The old school real Ghostbuster figures from Kenner. Well, that's what you're seeing, at least for the most part. There are some figures that I have swapped out with the recently released Hasbro Kenner Classics line, because honestly, I love the way they look. They look so close to the originals, and they come complete with, you know, the Proton Packs intact. The ghosts look great. I still do have my original Kenner figures of the main 4 guys, I just don't have them on the display because they are showing their age. Now for all the Ghostbuster figures in the back here, some are actually from my childhood, while a few others have also been recently acquired. I'm kind of going through and I'm replacing some of the ones that are a little too beat up and such with ones that look, you know, bit newer, a bit fresher. In the back here, we do have a carded Super Fright Features Winston Zedmore figure. I also have a can of ectoplasm there, and on top I've got the Slimer, which I think originated from a Ghostbusters shampoo bottle. Moving on, I've got a bunch of custom real Ghostbuster figures made by Tom's Geeky Garage over on Facebook. First, we have this upscaled Egon Spengler figure, and then I've also got this Backpack Heroes Egon Spengler figure. For those that don't know, Backpack Heroes was the last planned real Ghostbusters toy line, but it got canceled. From there, I've also got these really cool miniature real Ghostbuster figures, complete with miniature cards. How cool are these? Moving on here, we have got a ton of ghosts from Kenner's Real Ghostbusters toy line. Up front here, one of my all-time favorites, we have got Fearsome Flush, as well as also the H2O Ghost. As well, I did swap out the original Kenner Slimer with the recently released Hasbro Kenner Classic Slimer. I also did the same with my Stay Puft Marshmallow Man as well. I also want to touch on, I recently acquired this Brain Matter Ghost like earlier this year. He's a ghost figure I just didn't have as a child, so it was kind of cool to finally, you know, check him off the list there. And in behind all the other ones here, we do have the Haunted Humans as well as also the Monster series. I mean, check out Granny Gross there, Mel Fraud, I love him. Continuing on here, we have got, once again, more ghosts from Kenner's Real Ghostbusters toy line. And I'm going to admit to you here, this shelf, it needs some TLC. It doesn't look the best. I think it's the weakest out of my entire display cabinets. I definitely want to kind of, you know, make it look a little nicer, a little prettier here. But it certainly does have some classic action figures from this toy line, including one of my favorite here, as you can see, the Bug-Eyed Ghost. Such a cool release from back in the day. Now finishing off cabinet number 3 here, I don't really know where to begin. This shelf is pretty crazy. I love the look of it, but it's really all over the place here. Up front here, we have got this Slimer. We've got the Stay Puft on the left-hand side. Now, I bought these off of eBay. I think that they're bootlegs. I've never found like an official release, so I'm gonna say they're bootlegs. But I really dig the look of them. Also, we've got like the world's tiniest Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. As well behind him, we've got a Stay Puft Pencil Sharpener. Any anime fans out there? Because we have the Kodabakaya Lucy figure. Holy Grail item here with the Spook Chasers Winston Zedmore bootleg figure. I'm looking to buy the other figures, so if you have them, you know, email me, let me know. From there, we also have a custom painted Egon Spengler figure. This one was a Fan Mail Friday submission I got a couple weeks ago. Thank you on that. And you also saw the Handmade by Robot Slimer there. As well, you can also see the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man in behind him. And to the left of Stay Puft, we have got some Ghostbuster Spray. It's just spray in a bottle. I don't know, it says Ghostbusters, I wanted it. And we also have a Squirting Slimer there. To the left of all this madness, we've got some custom papercraft figures. Both my wife and I dolled up as Ghostbusters. These were commissioned via Cynthia of the Ontario Ghostbusters for my wife and I. So Cynthia, I thank you once again for these amazing customs. And speaking of custom figures, my wife and I, once again on the right-hand side, is custom Funko Pops. We've also got a custom Homer Simpson figure as a Ghostbuster, a Zack Ryder WB figure, him in his Brobuster attire, and in the back we've got a custom Ghostbusters Pokemon figure of Misty and Gengar. And that custom Misty was made by the folks over at Toysaurus, and they did a hell of a job. And up top on that Misty, we also do have an oversized Slimer figure. Moving on to cabinet number 4, we're kicking it off with the Hasbro Plasma series, also the brand new Ghostbuster figures from Weta Workshop, and that amazing Stay Puft Marshmallow Man bust from Diamond Select Toys. Now up front here, we do have the Plasma series, and if you've checked out any of my past videos on these figures, you know how I feel. I love them. I think they look fantastic, and I'm really eager to see what Hasbro has in store for us next year when Ghostbusters Afterlife hits theaters. Now, outside of the main 4 Ghostbusters and the 2 Terror Dogs that I have up front here, in the back you're going to find Gozer the Gozerian there with her lightning-looking hands, as well Louis Tully and Dana Barrett, yes, the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper, and I absolutely love that Louis Tully, that Rick Moranis figure, one of my all-time favorite Ghostbuster figures. Moving on here, we have got, as I just mentioned, the Diamond Select Toys Stay Puft Marshmallow Man bust. I recently just cut a video on that, so be sure to check out my review of this thing. Now to the right of that Stay Puft bust, we have got Weta Workshop's Slimer figure. I love it. It's disgusting. To the left of Stay Puft, you're going to find their Egon and Dr. Peter Venkman, and I can't wait until next year when Weta releases Race Dance, Winston Zedmore, and the Terror Dog. Moving down to the next shelf here, we've got this really cool oversized cookie jar of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. This one was made by our friends over at The Coop. Now focusing in on the front display here, we've got these miniatures of the main four Ghostbusters and Slimer, and these were made by Hero Collector. And this Slimer is one of the finest Slimers I think we've ever gotten. It looks so accurate to the original Ghostbusters film. And while we're at it, the actual Ghostbusters themselves, they're nothing to sneeze at. Now in behind the Hero Collector figures, we have got these Ghostbuster figures from Mezco Toys. They were released as a box set containing the main four Ghostbusters and Slimer, and I have kind of mixed opinions about them. I like the overall look of them, but for the price point that they were, I think I paid like $250 or $300 for these guys. I feel like the likenesses could be a bit better, but the Race Dance figure in particular with the Ecto goggles is one of my all-time favorite Ghostbuster figures. I love the way that thing looks. Coming up next, it's time to get extreme with Trend Masters Extreme Ghostbusters line. Now I also do have these figures mint on card, and I'll show you that here in a few moments later on in the video, but let's first take a look at the unboxed figures. From left to right here, we've got Kylie, Egon, Slimer, Eduardo, and Roland. And these figures were pretty cool. Each one came with their own unique ghost, as well as also their very own ghost trap. Now, I don't really have the nostalgia punch for these. I didn't really grow up with them. There are some really cool figures in the line, notably the oversized Slimer. I mean, he looks pretty darn menacing. But comparing this Egon next to Kinner's Egon, I mean, there's no contest. I think Kinner did it better. Now in the back here, you're going to notice that yes, they released a Sam Hain figure. They released actually a couple different ghosts, but really what I want to touch on is the beauty that is the Extreme Ghostbusters Ecto-1. And this was a really cool piece. It came with lights and sounds. In fact, maybe I should do like a retro review on this Ecto-1 sometime in the near future. What do you guys think? Finishing off display cabinet number 4. This is probably going to catch a lot of people by surprise. It's real Ghostbusters, but also it is Filmation's Ghostbusters. I did a retrospective on Filmation several years ago here on the channel, but let me just say, the television show I'm not a crazy fan of, but the figure line I absolutely love. The figures look like they leaped right out of the animated series. I mean, they look so good. Plus, it includes a little plastic version of one of my all-time favorite bad guys, Prime Evil. Now behind Filmation's Ghostbusters, we have got the real Ghostbusters, Mattel's Retro Action Real Ghostbusters line, the main four Ghostbusters, Janine there, we got Sam Hain, and we also have the Diamond Select Toys Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Bank. From there, I've also got a box of Ralston's Ghostbusters cereal. This is one of their old hologram collections. And on top of that, I've also got another Peter Venkman figure from Mattel's Retro Action line, and one of the most adorable Slimer figures I think we ever saw. I mean, look at him flexing his muscles. Slimer, you don't have any muscles. Moving over to display cabinet number 5 here, it's all about Funko, and as you can see, we're going pretty heavy on the, well, the Funko Pops. But up front here, we've got some of the Funko Mystery Minis, and I love the look of these. I still need to find, a couple of them out there. I still don't have the Library Ghost, or Ghost of the Gozerian, or a couple of variants, but for what I got, I mean, I love the look of these. Now going back to the pop side of things here, we got the main four Ghostbusters there. We have the Firehouse. We have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Egon and Peter taking it to Slimer at the Sedgwick Hotel. As well, the Library Ghost and Slimer, and the Library Ghost and Slimer are both resting on the Walmart exclusive, on a boxed Walmart exclusive of the translucent Funko Pop of Slimer. I also snuck in a box of caffeinated Stay Puft Marshmallows. As you can see, Stay Puft is standing on them there in the very back. Now continuing on here, we've got some old school original Ghostbusters Funko Pops here, and I remember like really losing my mind when these first came out, really going ham on this series. We've got Winston there inside the Ecto-1, we've got Dr. Peter Venkman, we've got Slimer, we've got Race Dance, and it's crazy to see how much more detailed the newer figures have become, because this original line, they're very, very basic. I also do have an Egon Spengler still in a package there, as you can see. However, he does have a bit of a wild eye. Looks a little weird there. To the left of Egon there, we've got a Conan O'Brien Ghostbusters Funko Pop. We also have the Marshmallow covered 4-pack. Up top there, we've got the 3 different versions of Stay Puft, complete with 3D printed bases so they can actually stand and not continually fall over. And I've also got the metallic Slimer and slime covered Peter Venkman. Next shelf here is a cuteness overload, as we've got the Funko Dorbs series and the Funko 5-star figures. I mean, once again, cuteness overload. These things look absolutely adorable all together. In behind these figures, we've also got the Ghostbusters vinyl idols, and I really wish Funko would have continued this line. I love the look of these guys. To me, it looks like they came right out of Bob's Burgers. My real big criticism, though, is where was Winston in the line? And in behind those vinyl idols, you'll also find 2 different Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Funko Hikari figures. Now moving on to the final shelf in the displays, it's kind of a Mod Podge of Funko items here. First and foremost up front, we've got the Ghostbusters Answer the Call with the main 4 girls. We got Moogly, we got Kevin, we got Gertrude Aldridge there, as well as also Paul Feig. We also have the Pez dispensers based on the original 1984 film. As well, we also have these Funko Pop Ghostbusters Domos. Remember Domos? They were a big thing on the internet many years ago. They made Ghostbuster Funko Pops out of them. Yeah. Need to point out the greatness, too, of this Holtzman Funko Pop inside the Ecto-1. I said it once, I'll say it again, I'll say it countless times. That Answer the Call Ecto-1 was very, very toyetic. It makes a perfect toy. Now that we've taken a look at what's inside the display cabinets, let's take a look at what's up top on the display cabinets here. First, we've got the Lego Ghostbusters Firehouse. I got some really cool details here. Right here, I've got a custom Louis Tully figure from Ghostbusters 2. I've also got this really cool custom Vigo the Carpathian made by Brickin' Customs. I got him several years ago. As well, the Answer the Call crew showed up as well for my collection. I love the look of this. Once again, I love how that Answer the Call Ecto-1 adapts to toy form. I think it looks fantastic. And as you already saw, my wife and I, we have custom Ghostbuster figures, so of course we had to have some custom Lego Ghostbuster figures of ourselves made. And continuing with the custom trend, this is the custom upscale Stay Puft Marshmallow Man I 3D printed here on the Ghostbusters News channel a couple of months ago. And taking a look at the top of the Firehouse, we've got a custom Gozer the Gozerian figure, 2 Terror Dogs from the LEGO Dimensions video game, and the Keymaster and the Gatekeeper. To the right of the Firehouse, we have 2 Playmobil Ghostbuster figures and 2 Funko Playmobil Ghostbuster figures, if that makes any sense. Also down below, we do have the Ghostbusters 4-pack from Diamond Select Toys, the slime-covered variant 4-pack. From there, we've also got a bunch of Ghostbuster-themed banks from Diamond Select Toys, the Ghostbusters logo, Slimer, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. We also have a little container of ectoplasm there in front. I got that last year at Ghostbusters Fan Fest. And up front here, we do have some of the Lego Brickheads, with the Dr. Peter Venkman and Slimer Brickheads being 100% official, and I strongly recommend the build, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man being a custom job made by me. Continuing along the top here, we've got this quarter-scale statue of Dr. Peter Venkman, and man, does this thing ever look like Bill Murray. Such a great display piece here. They have released the other figures in the line, but I haven't pulled the trigger yet, and I'm really fighting that itch. Now to the right of Venkman here, we have got Mattel's Neutrino Wand, or as Mattel randomly called it, the Neutrino Wand. So that's on display. We also have some of the figures from Diamond Select Toys. As you can see, the Slime Blower Ghostbuster 2 figures there. We have a bunch of the figures from the real Ghostbusters as well. And before we actually dive too deep into Diamond Select Toys figure line, let's first take a look at what's on display in front of them. And that is Hasbro's Spengler's Neutrino Wand. And we've been talking about this thing pretty much non-stop for the past 2 months here on the Ghostbusters News channel. And if you haven't checked out any of those videos, certainly do so. In fact, we just did a video where I customized the back grip there, made it a lot more movie accurate. So once again, if you haven't checked out that video, certainly be sure to do so. And I'm sure a lot of you guys were noticing this PK meter to the right of the wand. Now, if you don't know the story of it, it was made by Scarlet Impaler over on Etsy. This thing looks fantastic. It lights up. There are no sounds, and that little, like the decals on the screen, I added myself. But overall, this looks just amazing. I love the fact I have this. It's like an adult version of the one I had as a kid. From there, we've also got a bunch of the Hallmark Ghostbusters ornaments, the Ecto-1 there. We got Dr. Peter Venkman. We have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Also shifting gears up a little bit there, we also have the Candy Ecto-1, which I recently took a look at. Yes, that thing is full of candy. Once again, what's not to love there? And speaking of candy, check out this candy holder of Slimer from 1989. Looks so taking cool. A look up top here, I've got this golden Ghostbusters pin, as well I also have this container of ectoplasm. The container I actually got recently on an episode of Ghostbusters News Fan Mail Friday. Now shifting gears back to Diamond Select Toys, this was one of their build-a-dioramas, which was the Ghostbusters Firehouse. This thing looks incredible, and that was the big thing, is every Diamond Select Toys Ghostbusters figure came with a diorama piece. And now before we kind of show you the other diorama, I mean, you can already see it there, it's Gozer's Temple. I do want to touch on NECA's Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, one of the best Stay Puffs I think we ever got. And moving back to Diamond Select Toys Ghostbusters line there, this is pretty much the rest of the line. In behind there, you can see Gozer's Temple, and I love the look of that thing. I'm so happy to have it in the Ghostbusters News collection. And up top here, I do have the Ghostbusters tubs from Numbskull Designs, as well as also the Comic-Con exclusive of Stay Puft from the real Ghostbusters from Diamond Select Toys. Now shifting gears away from the display cabinets, we have got Slimer up top there, the Spirit Halloween Slimer. Underneath we have got a mannequin just rocking so much Ghostbusters goodness, including this pair of Spirit Halloween Ecto goggles that were heavily modded by yours truly. On top of the head, we have got this really funky Ghostbusters hat made by the folks over at Cakeworthy. And then around the neck, we have got this pair of Ghostbusters earphones. The mannequin is wearing a flight suit from HalloweenCostumes.com. We also have some lanyards there from Ghostbusters FanFest advertising the Ghostbusters Playmobil line. Also, the military belt down below here is tricked out a bit. We got the PK meter, we got a lifeguard, radio, a couple key fobs. And this right here is my own personal Proton Pack. This is the one I use. I've had it for a number of years now, and as you can see, it is signed by the Heart of the Ghostbusters, Ray Stantz, better known as Dan Aykroyd. Moving over to the wall here, we have got a ton of Extreme Ghostbuster figures, pretty much the standard line, all going down there, all mint on card. I snagged these earlier this year for a hell of a deal. Absolutely love them. From there, we have got the Diamond Select Toys Oversized Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Bank. Below that, we have got the charred Funko Pop of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. This thing is absolutely adorable. Now holding up those two Marshmallow Men is this Kenner Real Ghostbusters Firehouse. It's 100% complete. It's from my childhood, and I love the damn thing. Also on top of the Firehouse, you're going to see a modified Mattel Ghost Trap, and I know you're probably screaming, why did you modify a Mattel Ghost Trap? They're worth a fortune. Well, there's a reason for that. You see, a number of years ago, I was part of a commercial for the Ghostbusters Paranormal Blast video game. Me, along with members of the Ontario Ghostbusters, there I am in that dark uniform. I had that ghost trap holstered to my hip. I was running, it fell, it broke, so I had to modify it. But you know what? I think it looks better than ever. I think I did a great job on it. Now, I'm sure keen observers have already noticed the real Ghostbusters Ecto-Glow figures in the box here. Also down below here, this is a custom Janine Melnitz Ecto-Glow figure because she was actually never part of that, that figure line. But yeah, I picked these up earlier this year for the Ecto-Glows. I love them. These were holy grail items to me. I never thought I'd actually own these, but now I do. I just really need to find some acrylic cases for them so I can actually put them on the wall and you know, make sure they're not going to get damaged or anything like that. So hopefully I'll have these on the walls in the next month or so, have them on display here in the collection room. But underneath the Ecto-Glow figures, you're also going to find these, which these are not the originals, they're not the OGs, they're the Hasbro Real Ghostbusters Kenner Classics. I got the original pressings with the Who You Gonna Call written on the top left-hand side of the packaging. But I also have to grab some acrylic displays for those as well, because just look at how cool of a display this is going to make, once again, when I put these all on the wall. And I want to get some really nice, like I said, acrylic displays to make sure that these do not get damaged, because especially for the Ecto-Glows, these are like holy grail items in this collection. Also, for those unaware, yeah, I just pulled all those figures out of a Kenner Classics Figures mailer box. Now, if you watch any of my past videos, this should look familiar. This is one of the backdrop areas here, a big Stay Puft Marshmallow Man towel. Now, I got this light that shines on it. Let's actually hit the lights right quick and take a look. See? The light effects there. We got imagery from Ghostbusters, Slimer, Stay Puft, the Ecto-1, a Ghost Trap, all flying by. Really, really cool. Up above there, we have got the Spirit Halloween's plush Stay Puft. We've got some Ecto-1 license plates there. The 1, the 1A, the Afterlife Ecto, and Answer the Call. We also have NECA's Gozer, Slimer, and Terror Dog figures. And then shifting gears over to the right here, we do have this Spirit Halloween Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, which is pretty much the old Mattel mold just kind of repurposed. And then on the bottom left-hand side here, we've got these absolutely adorable, I mean adorable, plush Slimer and Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. I mean, look how cute these two are. To the right, we have got Playmobil's Ghostbusters figure line, and I'm going to say it right here. This is one of the strongest and all-around best Ghostbuster figure lines ever. I know it's Playmobil, I know it's designed for kids, but this line is so much fun. It honestly shows so much love to the franchise, no matter if it's from the film series, no matter if it's from the real Ghostbusters animated series. I mean, Playmobil has done it right with their Ghostbusters line, with their real Ghostbusters line. All these figures look tremendous, and they have adapted so well in Playmobil form. Oh, and while we're at it, can we just take a second and acknowledge just how amazing Playmobil's Ecto-1 and Ecto-1A are? They come complete with lights and sounds. Going down a bit further here, this is just a whole barrage of random Ghostbusters-ness. This is an area you're not supposed to see. It's pretty much just everything kind of thrown together. To the right of here, we have got a little Ecto-1, we've got a Slimer, we've also got a real Ghostbusters radio I picked up earlier this year that I really do adore. We've also got this figure of the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, as well some advertising packaging for the Krispy Kreme Donuts Ghostbusters promotions. We've also got this promotional box for Ghostbusters the video game, full of tons of other Ghostbusters the video game promotional items. If you want to check out that video, we do have it here on the Ghostbusters News channel. On top of that, we have the AMT Ghostbusters build kit, the model kit. We also have a Stay Puft Fabrications vinyl figure in the back there, as well as also the Mr. Potato Head Ghostbusters series, and for whatever reason, my review of these figures is like one of the most popular videos I've ever done here on YouTube. Moving to the left, we've got this promotional box from High C from Coca-Cola. It contains a bunch of Ecto Cooler, so yeah, slightly dated. From there, we also got this recently reviewed Playmobil Playbox. We also have another Ecto-1 on display, and underneath that Ecto-1, we've got a box full of Ghostbusters Key Lime Slime Twinkies from Ghostbusters Answer the Call. Also randomly have this Ghost Grabber game from the real Ghostbusters on display. Also, if you want to talk about rarities, I have this Ghostbusters Walkman that I received last year at Ghostbusters Fan Fest. Thanks so much to the Buffalo Ghostbusters member Brent Hollingsworth for it. From there, at the very bottom row, I've got a bunch of literature, as you can see, and I've also got some of the collectible glasses. I believe they were released at Sunico locations, if I'm not mistaken, back as a promotional tie-in for Ghostbusters 2. Moving to the right of here, I've got a bunch of board games, including Ghostbusters Monopoly, Ghostbusters the board game, both 1 and 2 from Cryptozoic Entertainment, Yahtzee. I've also got a bunch of these autograph cards that's from Hasbro Toy and Collectibles. I know I've reviewed, well, I shouldn't say reviewed, but I've taken a look at a bunch of these cards here on the Ghostbusters News YouTube channel over the past year. Oh, and I almost forgot about this. This is kind of Ghostbusters News history here, because last year during Ghostbusters Fan Fest, Ghostbusters News teamed up with HorrorDecor.com to release this Vigo the Carpathian pillow. Really cool item. It's like one of the very first items Ghostbusters News actually has had its name attached to. Now underneath old Vigo there, you'll see a bunch of these boxes that are just full of Ghostbuster items, the majority of which I got from FanFest last year. So let's go ahead and crack them open and see what's inside. Oh, and actually moving the boxes out of there, I totally forgot I had these. These are the Ghostbusters Itty Bitty series from Hallmark. Once again, so adorable here. Oh, I love them. All right, now popping open this box here, I've got a ton of Ghostbusters vehicles, cars from like Hot Wheels and such, and I have a ton more in one box, like inside a closet here in the Ghostbusters News studio, that I need to find out like a better way of like actually displaying these. I need to have them on display because they look really, really cool. From there, I also have this pin that I got from Ghostbusters Mania at Ghostbusters Fan Fest. Once again, I got to do like a pin collection sometime soon here in the collection. As well, I got this, well, this pair of shoes from K-Swiss. This was their Stay Puft Marshmallow Man shoes. And yeah, once again, I got this last year at Ghostbusters Fan Fest. So cool. Cracking open the second box here. Oh man, there's a ton of stuff inside of here. First on top, we've got this Hero Collector, Build the Ecto-1, kind of like early instruction manual there. Kind of like an advertisement manual. From there, we've got this K-Swiss Ghostbusters shirt still in the package. Oh, Blast from the Past. That's mine. I colored that as a kid. Dana Barrett, Ghostbusters 2. All right, from there we have got some Ghostbusters calendars. This was a 2017 Ghostbusters Answer the Call calendar, as well a Ghostbusters 2016 calendar based around the original film. I need another one of these for 2021. Ghostbusters, Ghost Corps, are we getting anything? From there we got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man like miniature purse from Cakeworthy. I've also got a bunch of these old school Ghostbusters comic books. From there, I've got this really, really neat Ghostbusters Italia fanzine. I received this last year at Ghostbusters Fan Fest as part of a gift. It is done really, really well, as you can see from the inside pages here. Really, really love it there. So, so cool. We also have the program for last year's Ghostbusters Fan Fest as well. And, oh, we got another old school comic book there, Slimer and the Real Ghostbusters. And aside from that, just once again, a Mod Podge of stuff. We have another Library Ghost. I've got a few of those apparently, and those are some bootleg Lego figures, some of the packaging for the Hallmark keepsakes, and we also have the Stay Puft Marshmallow sticker there, and a bunch of stickers from Ghostbusters Italia. Really, really cool stuff here. And moving on to the third box here, we have got this this cereal box of Stay Puft cereal. This was released last year by Funko. Also inside of here as well, you're going to see some Stay Puft Marshmallow Man marshmallows. These were really cool. I picked them up at HMV here in Canada. I've also got a can still of Ghostbusters Ectoplasm energy drink. I've only ever had this once, and I remember it tasting pretty good. And I also do have another pair of K-Swiss Ghostbuster shoes here. This, of course, being their Slimer shoes, and I love, love, love the design here. So very cool. Now, while I'm at it, I might as well show you this too. I've got a box here full of IDW Ghostbuster comics and some of their graphic novel collections and such. I also have other boxes too in the closet full of old school Ghostbuster comics, but yeah, I just want everybody to know I do collect the comics as well. Talk about collections, here is a bunch of the Ghostbuster collector cards from Cryptozoic Entertainment. I loved this series. I also unboxed these here on the Ghostbusters News channel, including an unboxing of this card here, which was my holy grail in the series, the autograph card of good old Bobby Brown on her own, the best Ghostbusters song ever written. Also have the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Halloween Pal from Spirit Halloween, full of a bunch of items that I've pretty much been getting from the Ghostbusters Fan Mail Friday features. I mean, there are so many patches in here. There's one from the Buffalo Ghostbusters there, and as I've said tons of times in the Fan Mail Friday, I am going to go out, I'm going to snag a frame so I can get all these on display and, you know, being shown here in the collection room. Now moving on here, this is pretty cool. This is my own mod of the Spirit Halloween Proton Pack. I obviously gave it a real Ghostbusters makeover. Now this is another thing that, of course, we have a video here of on Ghostbusters News. I'm just going to quit saying that here. But yeah, I enjoyed this. This was kind of a labor of love. I don't really know why I did it. I didn't even wear it out for Halloween this year, and I did it earlier this year. But yeah, it was just something I really wanted to do. And I even 3D printed a trap pedal, painted it up, and actually added it to the Spirit Halloween Ghost Trap. And for those wondering, the mannequin wearing that Proton Pack is rocking a Stay Puft Marshmallow Man mascot head, as well as also an Egon Spengler flight suit from the Real Ghostbusters. And we've also got a 3D printed belt gizmo there as well to complete the overall look. I've also been decorating the walls just a little bit here. It's still a work in progress. There's still a few things I need to add here and there, but I love the fabricated newspapers. Of course, that Ghostbusters Afterlife poster, the art there, including that great painting of Ray Stantz. Also on another wall here, we've got more art. Here's the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man Fluff by Andrew Heath there. We've also got another one of his down below of Slimer, and an original piece by artist Alyssa Schroeder of Dr. Peter Venkman Bill Murray. There's also a few pieces I've yet to actually put on the wall. As you can see here, we have got Gertrude Aldridge. I mean, I got a space right up above there for it. I gotta go ahead, I gotta quit being lazy, and I gotta get her up on the wall. Now the last thing I have to show you here is the build table, and this shouldn't look new to anyone. Well, I mean, as long as you're following our Eagle Moss Hero Collector Ecto-1 build series. We're building an Ecto-1. Follow along with us here on the Ghostbusters News YouTube channel. Also in the middle there, you can see we've got some fan mail. We're going to be opening up in an upcoming episode of Fan Mail Friday. And then we've also got the Ghostbusters Welcome Kit and Orientation video. I recently unboxed on Fan Mail Friday from the White Rose Ghostbusters. So I think that just about wraps up today's video. Finally, guys, of the Ghostbusters News collection room here, the recording room, whatever you want to call it. I just love it. It's a great space where I can just come into, I can kind of get creative, create content for you guys, and no matter what's going on in the world with me personally, it's a nice, real nice getaway for me. So I love this room. It has been a labor of love over the past couple years. If you go back, a couple years and you watch some of my earlier videos, you'll see how much this thing has changed, how much it's grown. And like I said, I love what it looks like right now. And I'm really eager for Ghostbusters Afterlife next year and all the new products so I can continue to add to this room. As always, guys, be sure to subscribe to Ghostbusters News here on YouTube. Bust that bell notification icon to stay up to date with everything that's happening within the Ghostbusters world. If you'd like to help out Ghostbusters News, we do have a Patreon page. Link to that can be found right down below in the description. And I will see everybody right back here next time. Ghostbusters News here on YouTube.